It's Monday, it's the 9th of December. This is the 5-minute Chels Daft video today. Not news, a video with a difference. What happened on the weekend was shocking and someone needs to talk about it. Let's get into it. So everyone, it's a bit of a different video from me today because I need to sort of brain dump all my feelings about the game on the weekend. Now, the team surprised me with the selections. Obviously, it was the same team that started against Aston Villa. Jorginho was on the bench. Tomori was still on the bench. And to me, it didn't seem right at the beginning. But we went with it and, we were on form. We're just beating Aston Villa. I say we're on form. We've now lost 3 out of 4 games in the Premier League. Think of all the points we've thrown away, and the gap between us and 5th is now 5 points. That's another thing. But so I was a little bit sort of shocked and surprised. Let's just say surprised about the team selection. But we went with it. As I say, we've beaten Aston Villa. Everton had just been thumped by Liverpool. The manager had been changed over. Duncan Ferguson coming in. They were all over the place, let's be honest, the other night. So when we went into the game, despite the fact that Ferguson was going to be in charge and he's going to galvanise everybody and try and lift them from being as low as they were to give a performance for the supporters and for the club, we knew it was going to be a hard game. And it wasn't helped by mistakes being made early on. How Richarlison can pick the ball up, who can then play the ball wide and then ghost into the box unmarked and then literally being challenged only at the last minute when he's already in mid-air to head the ball from that close, from 8 yards out to score, with no challenge, with no one picking him up the late run, with the goalkeeper standing still. It was a nightmare start. So Everton are bouncing after 5, 7, 8 minutes, whatever it was. We come back into it in the second half and we dominated the game. But one thing you have to say about the way we played on the weekend was that we're trying to walk the bloody ball into the back of the net. Frank spoke after the game and said, we need to have pops at goal. We need to, rather than take that extra touch, we need to shoot. We need to make the goalkeeper work. We didn't make Pickford work hard enough in that game, and that has to be said. The movement that we've seen, on that unbeaten run, on that run of winning games, our movement was great. We were quick, we were decisive, we were incisive even. We were creating great chances. I mean, we had half chances, let's be honest. Yes, we put the pressure on and yes, we put them under real pressure towards the end of the first half, but with little to show for it. So second half, you're hoping for a reaction, maybe a change. Now, I firmly believe, because of our defensive problems, that the situation is clear. We must play the 3-man midfield. Sod the 4-2-3-1. It shows how unbalanced that we are. We need to go 4-3-3. Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic. They're the strongest part of our team. They have to start playing week in, week out. Jorginho, the link man. Kovacic can be much more dynamic going forward, whereas in the 4-2-3-1, he's sitting a little bit deeper. If you give him that position, yes, you're going to lose either Pulisic or Willian or Mount, but so be it for the time being. Willian, Mount, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, with the striker, with the 3-man midfield. That's where we need to be going forward because it gives us a better balance across the team. It also gives us a little bit of protection in front of our back 4, and don't get me started on my back 4. The second goal was a shambles. Let's be honest, a couple of deflections, fell right in the path of Calvert-Lewin, but we should have done better with clearing the ball first and foremost. Secondly, on another day, the deflection, it could ricochet off Calvert-Lewin, go straight to the hands of Kepa. But we needed to do better. We were a shambles. Christensen and Zouma together were a shambles. For the last 2 goals was just shocking. And as for Kepa's pass out to Zouma and the calamitous defending that followed, it was just a joke, an absolute joke. And you could see on Frank's face, he was livid, absolutely livid. But Frank needs to take some responsibility for this now because we've got the window coming up and it's clear you're not going to get Ben Chilwell at left back. You're not going to sign him from Leicester unless you pay big money. You're looking at 70, 80 million possibly. Too much for them to turn down. But is he going to solve the situation? Reece James has come in and done well at right back. Azpi's done okay at left back. He should have done better for maybe a few things on the weekend. But what needs to be established straight away now by Frank is a back 4 that's consistent. It's no coincidence that when we was on our run, we had a settled back four. You had Alonso, you had Tomori, Zouma, Aspi. They were settled week in, week out, and we went on a run. We need to do that now. Frank Lampard needs to find his best defence. Forget Rudiger for the time being because he's still trying to get back in. Struggling, obviously, we're trying to get back match fit and fit. So for the time being, revert back to type and pick your 4 players you're going to stick with for the next 5, 6, 7 weeks. That's going to take us through the busy period. Has to be done. The back 4 needs to stay in place, in position, and be consistent and be playing week in, week out for the next 2 months. We must switch to a 4-3-3 in my view. Play the strongest part of our team, which is our midfield 3. They've got to play week in, week out. And then you rotate the 2 wingers alongside Tammy up front. That's how we need to go going forward because we need to stop the rot. We've got to do something. We've lost 3 out of 4 games, which isn't acceptable. Frank knows that. But we can turn it round. We've got a good run of games coming up. Yes, we've got Spurs coming up. Yes, we've got Arsenal coming up. But we've got a good run of games where a couple of wins on the spin and we push ourselves back on and put pressure on City and Leicester again, hopefully, even though Leicester have pulled a gap on us now. Top 4 is what we wanted at the beginning of the season, or to challenge. If we can get anywhere near it, it would have been acceptable. We're down above and beyond. And there will be bumps in the road, but it's now time. Losing 3 and 4 games, we now need to address the situation. And the best way forward, as I said, is pick the settled back 4, pick that midfield 3, and then others alongside Tammy. That's how we need to address this slump, and hopefully it starts with Lille tomorrow night. That's it from me, a different video, a bit of a rant today because it had to be said. If you like the video, please hit that like button for me, smash the hell out of the like button for me, and then subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of these videos coming out. You're looking at my channel, looking at the views at the moment and the amount of subscribers, thinking why I built the channel up and then I had to make them private because the club intervened about the copyright issues. So this channel is growing. It will continue to grow, and I thank you all for your support. Make sure you like and subscribe and let me know what you thought of the game on the weekend in the comment section below or on the website. Follow me social media at Chels Daft, Facebook and Twitter, the website chelseadaft.org. See you all tomorrow.